There's hardly a person who doesn't suffer now and then from the pains of a headache or neuralgia. And I want to tell you about a way that thousands of people have discovered and are using because it acts almost incredibly fast in relieving such pain. The name of this way is Anacin. It's gaining wider preference all the time because of the promptness with which it works. Anacin is effective because it's like a doctor's prescription, a combination of medically proven and tested ingredients, not just one. And you know that when your doctor gives you a prescription, it usually is a combination of several ingredients, not just one. Literally thousands of people have been introduced to Anacin by their own physicians and dentists who have given them Anacin tablets at some time or other. For your own sake, when you want prompt relief from the pain of headaches or neuralgia, try Anacin. Give Anacin a thorough trial on this money-back guarantee that the first few tablets must give complete satisfaction, or you may return the unused portion and your money will be refunded. Take only as directed on the package. Ask for Anacin, Anacin, at any drugstore. Well, Jane and her next-door neighbor Dorothy continue to work for the bus company, their route now being along the war factories. So far, they've been unable to keep the bus on schedule and have lost many man-hours of work for the defense plants. This episode takes place a couple of mornings later in the office of Mr. Ace. He's dictating to Miss Thomas, his secretary. Listen.
So let me thank you again for your kind letter and hope that we will be able to reach some sort of an agreement very soon. Sincerely yours. Now, let's answer this one from...
Mr. Ace, just a minute, please. Do you realize it's now 12:15, which I haven't had a thing to eat since breakfast?
Well, I think that's the good old American custom. First you eat breakfast, then you have lunch.
Yes, but when? Which I've been sitting here famishing ever since we started this dictation, which that was over an hour ago.
Yes. This letter is...
I warn you, Mr. Ace.
You warn me, yes.
Someday I'll keel over in a faint right before your very eyes.
A pretty picture.
Which maybe that'll prove to you that a girl who keeps the lunch hours I do, which one day it may be 11:30 and the next day 12:30, is not responsible for her mental or physical condition.
You finished?
And I just wanted to warn you, which I hope you won't be surprised if I keel over someday.
I won't. Besides, instead of this argument, you could have finished with this last letter and be on your way by now.
Is this the last letter?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know, which I thought you were going through that whole
Which
file.
you thought, all right, Miss Thomas. Take this letter to my brother-in-law, Alvin Sterling.
Yes, sir.
Dear Alvin, your letter which arrived yesterday...
Excuse me. Shouldn't that be your letter that arrived yesterday instead of which?
You have a monopoly on the... Listen, Miss Thomas.
Oh, I knew I shouldn't have started that. Okay. Your letter which arrived yesterday. Sounds peculiar, but all right. Go ahead. Well?
Just a moment, which I'm trying to formulate the letter in my mind, which he wants to borrow some money, which I'm not going to lend it to him.
Oh, I see.
That's okay with you, is it?
Well, if you don't want to lend it to him, it's okay, which I don't...
Yes, I see, Miss Thomas. Your letter which arrived yesterday asking for a loan came as quite a surprise. Although I thank you for your belated Christmas and New Year's greetings at the start of the letter. As for the money, I must say no at this time. Because, as you must realize, even you must realize, the taxes are no small matter this year. I hope the Rummel plan goes through, but it's going to take the Rummel plan and the Morris plan to get me out of hock.
I don't get it.
That's quite all right.
Yes, sir.
In closing, may I remind you what Shakespeare said, neither a borrower nor a lender be, but purchase all you can of Series E. Sincerely yours.
What was that last?
Just what I said. Purchase all you can of Series...
Hello, dear.
Oh, hello, Jane.
Come in, Dorothy. Dorothy's with me.
Yes. Hello, Dorothy.
Hello.
Yes. Well, what happened with the bus business today?
Oh, we're on our lunch hour. Oh, you remember Dorothy, don't you, Miss Thomas?
Yes, I met Miss Thomas. Pleased to meet you, I'm sure.
On your lunch hour, did you say?
Yes. Sit down, Dorothy. We're both tired, too. We get an hour for lunch and an hour to rest.
I see.
It was 2 hours off from 12 to 2. We had an awful morning.
Oh, business was rushing, was it?
Well, we had a lot of business, but I wouldn't say we were rushing. Were we, Dorothy?
No, that's the trouble. Mr. Wilson was awfully mad about that.
Mr. Wilson is
he's the manager of the bus company.
I see.
Oh, I didn't know you were driving a bus, which I heard you were just thinking about it.
Oh, we've been driving now almost 2 weeks, haven't we, Dorothy?
Oh, it'll be 3 weeks. A week from tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow, it'll be 3 weeks.
3 weeks. My, how the time flies.
Yes, but you say you haven't been rushing. What's the trouble now?
Same trouble, those defense workers. They have to get there on time, and we just don't seem to be able to make the bus go any faster or something.
Oh, we sure got it today, didn't we, Jane?
First, Mr. Adams complained.
A new character. Who's Mr. Adams?
He's the general manager of the wharf factories around here.
Oh.
He said we've been costing the factory so many man-hours he can't count them. By the way, dear, what's a man-hour?
Yes, what's a man-hour?
A man-hour? Well, you take one man working on a job so many hours, and so many more men working on that job with him so many more hours, and together they constitute so many man-hours. You see?
No.
No. Well, to make it unanimous, no here, too.
I was talking to the bus company, Miss Thomas.
Well, I still don't get it.
Oh, you
I don't either. Mr. Adams tried to explain it the first day. Then we had a major from the Army who came to see us on the bus.
A major?
Yes, he has charge of the general manager who has charge of the factories, you see.
Well, what did he want?
Oh, he was awfully mad, too, wasn't he, Jane?
Oh, he was
Everybody's
madder than a hairnet. He said, do you know how many man-hours we've lost in... Oh, by the way, dear, what did you say a man-hour was?
Oh, well, a man-hour, as I said, it's, well, now you take A, who works on a job so many hours, and then B, who works on the same job so many...
No, now don't start with A and B. I can't work those out.
Me either. It sounds like school days, doesn't it, Jane?
Did you have that trouble, too?
Did I? Well, I sat there for 2 years and never knew a thing that was going on.
A does this, and B does that.
Oh, and don't forget
What am I
X
laughing
equals
about?
something.
Oh, yes, X. Oh, what a waste of time.
Yes.
I always said to myself, how is this going to help me? A does this, and B does that.
It might have been a help today, you know.
Oh, once in a doomsday.
Well, it looks as if you'll go through life never knowing what is meant by a man-hour.
Oh, you should have heard General Rockford this morning.
General, I thought you said he was a major.
Oh, no, Major Harris was a major. General Rockford is the general.
Oh.
General Rockford. Is that it, Dorothy?
Yes, General Rockford. Mr. Wilson brought him over.
What for?
Same old thing, man-hours.
Now, what are man-hours?
Nice time to ask that this time.
Nobody knows, Miss Thomas. Or if they do, they won't tell us. Even Major Harris said it was a secret.
A secret?
Yes, a military secret.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm talking about...
That's what Major Harris told us. He said if they lose 35 minutes of 1 man-hour, then if you times that by thousands of men, you can see how much they lose. But he wouldn't say how many thousands of men I should times 35 by.
I don't get it.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you got it now.
Oh, sure. It's simple multiplication.
Yes, it's very simple. Jane, what's this 35 minutes?
Well, the first day we took the Grand Street line, we were 25 minutes late getting the men to their jobs because there were so many. And the streets were up to here in mud. And so we were 25 minutes late.
The first day.
That's when Mr. Adams complained to Mr. Wilson. He was awfully mad.
He was awfully
Yes, they both were. Then the next day we tried to be on time, but we were 35 minutes late, see? 10 minutes more.
Oh, 25 and 35. Yeah, 10 minutes more, I say.
That's when Mr. Wilson brought Major Harris to talk to us. He was awfully mad, Major Harris.
Awfully mad. What did he say,
He
Major
said
Harris?
they couldn't afford to lose that many man-hours. And I said, is that bad? And he says, bad? It's terrible. Or worse to that effect.
Or worse to that effect?
Mm-hmm.
How did you make out today?
Well, we did better today.
Well, thank heaven for that.
Oh, yeah.
Today we were only 40 minutes late.
Only 40 minutes?
That's all. Only 40 minutes.
Well, what's better about that? Yesterday you were 35 minutes late.
Yes, and that was 10 minutes later than 25. Now we're only 40 minutes late, and that's
Only 5 minutes later than 35. Yes, I see.
Yes. You see how we're catching up?
That's not bad for only working 3 weeks from tomorrow.
Am I hearing things? You say 40 minutes late is better than being 35 minutes late?
Oh, not when you look at it like that.
Oh, you look at it as being only 5 minutes later than the day before.
Oh, sure. In another week or so,
Yeah, you'll have all the defense plants closed.
Yeah, no. We'll be getting so we're only going to be a minute or two later than 35 minutes.
I give up. What's the answer?
What's what answer?
Yes, what's what answer? Well, don't look at me, which I was on my way to lunch, if I may go now.
Yes, you may go now.
Oh, we just had lunch downstairs in the drugstore.
Well, what did you have?
Well, I had a peanut butter sandwich and a chocolate soldier, and Dorothy...
So, there you are.
What?
Mr. Wilson.
Well, Mr. Wilson, this is a surprise. Come in.
I've looked through every office in this building, and here I find you.
Well, how did you know we were here?
How did I know?
Yes, how did you know? Oh, excuse me, Mr. Wilson. This is my husband, Mr. Ace.
How do you stand it?
Sir, you are talking about the woman I love.
Oh, well, thanks, dear.
Just a moment, Mr. Wilson. Who did you wish to see?
Not you.
Meaning which?
Oh, well, this is Miss Thomas, Mr. Wilson.
I don't care who she is. Now, what's going on? You knock off work for a tea party?
Oh, this is our lunch hour, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, the girls just dropped in to say hello, and they were
Just
just...
dropped in to say hello, did they?
Come on. I don't think there's anything to get upset about that, is there, Mr.
Listen, Mr. Ace. You know what these two ladies have been doing in our defense works around here?
Oh, that.
Oh, that? Isn't that enough? 40 minutes late today. 40 minutes, mind you. Can you imagine how many man-hours that comes to?
Oh, those man-hours again.
Listen, you. I thought General Rockford impressed on you that the defense plants had to be kept supplied with men every minute of the day.
Well, we're just taking our 2 hours off.
Yes,
Oh.
we're just taking our 2 hours off.
That's all they were doing. They're entitled to 2 hours, aren't they? Or are they?
Yes, they are. But does that mean driving up here in the bus and leaving the bus parked downstairs in the bus zone and tying up bus traffic around here for 2 hours?
Say what?
You heard me. That bus should have been returned to the garage and gone out with other operators. And where do I find it? Downstairs in the bus zone. And with a sign on it.
Yes, I wrote it myself. Out to lunch.
Ah, there. You see what I mean?
Out to lunch.
Yes, and I put back at 2 o'clock right under it.
Yes, and lock the bus so nobody could get into it.
Well, I don't want anybody to steal anything out of it, do I?
Oh, murder. Isn't that awful? Oh, murder. Yeah,
Well, the man-hours lost mount and get even worse as time goes on. Now, if you've ever taken Anacin for relief from the pains of a headache or the pains of neuralgia, you know how fast it eases your discomfort. But do you know why Anacin brings such effective prompt relief? Well, let me tell you. You see, it's a known fact that Anacin is like a doctor's prescription. That is, not just one ingredient, but a combination of highly effective ingredients. Thus, here's a scientifically sound reason for the almost incredible speed with which Anacin eases pain of headache and neuralgia. So try Anacin. You'll be astonished at the results. Take only as directed on the package. Anacin, spelled A-N-A-C-I-N, is on sale at all drugstores in the United States and in Canada. In handy tins of 12 and 30 tablets and economical family-size bottles of 50 and 100. Get Anacin for quick relief tonight.